Hi, I'm Dave Newton, professional photographer and Manfrotto ambassador, and we're here in Swithland Wood in the heart of Britain, up near Leicester, and we've got a little scene set up. We're trying to use some flash outside, so I've got a lot of Lastolite products, a lot of Manfrotto products, and we're using some Canon speedlight flash to try and create a really ethereal, mysterious kind of image. We've got Katie Green, and she's being our model for the day. We're going to have her jumping across, so this woodland, we have a lot of fallen leaves, we're coming into autumn, so we've got some lovely, beautiful browns on the floor, still got some green in the background, and Katie's wearing a really nice, really glamorous kind of, I don't know what we'd call it, steel blue kind of dress, I guess. In terms of lighting, you can see behind me here, I've got an 80 centimetre octabox, so it's a Lastolite EasyBox 2 Octa, and I've got the grid on the front of it just to help control the spill of light a little bit. I don't want it to spread too far. I want the softness that the Octa is going to give me without it being spread all over the place. That's stood on one of my Manfrotto stacker stands, so that gives me quite a nice bit of height. Given that Katie's going to be jumping, it's allowing me to get quite a bit higher on the light. Now, if you follow me over this way, I'm going to disappear for a bit. You'll see in the background over here, I've got one light on a very tall stand. So this is going to act as our backlight. It's quite big for a backlight, but it's going to give a really nice light all the way down Katie's back. It's going to look very nice and natural. So it's the Joe McNally umbrella, and I've taken the white out of it, so I've just got the silver, so it's quite reflect. It's going to be quite a hard edge light, so it looks a little bit more like daylight. And I'm using it with a quad bracket. Now, there are a variety of brackets you can use. I really like this quad bracket because it orientates the speedlights into the middle. There are the tri brackets, which are really good, but I tend to find they're a little bit out. So you're getting light coming in and you can end up almost with like 3 shadows. Whereas this, because they're firing right down the shaft, you set the zoom on your speedlight head so that you get a nice spread, but it then does act as one source of light. So quad bracket with the umbrella is a really good solution. And again, I've just got 3 speedlights here. That's kind of overkill, but I was doing some stuff shooting, trying to overpower the daylight as well. So just having a few more in there just makes them speed up their recycling. They don't have to work as hard, and their flash duration is just a little bit quicker. So there we go. That's our backlight. This is what we're going to use just to provide that highlight down the back of Katie's back. When we got here to the wood, the sun was actually quite good. We were getting some light coming through the trees, but what I'm trying to get is a bit of that, like the early morning mist. And light coming through the trees where you get those kind of shafts of light. So we're going to try and recreate that. I'm using some smoke. So I've got a smoke machine, I've got some smoke grenades, and I've got a couple of like atmosphere aerosol, smoke in a can type thing. Effectively, it's almost like we're fumigating the woods, isn't it, Katie? Just like spraying smoke everywhere, just to try and create that kind of smoky, misty morning woodland feel, something a little bit different. On top of that, we're going to shoot a few portraits as well. So just some really nice, simple portraits. You know, Katie's got this lovely flowing hair that really does kind of frame around her face. So we're going to use that. Her skin tone up against this green is going to look really rather nice. And obviously, because the light is not full, because we're in the woods, we're going to be supplementing what ambient light we have with some flash to try and create something a little bit dramatic. So that's the plan. We're going to get to it. We've already marked out where Katie's going to be jumping. So my camera is set down here very low. It's locked down low because as Katie jumps, I want to try and really accentuate the height that she's getting. So I've got a tilt shift lens on there, which is allowing me to keep the trees vertical rather than have them converging in. And also just so that I'm not shooting completely along the floor. And the one thing you'll notice behind, slightly extravagant solution here, if you look at the back of the stacker stand, I've actually got one of the Manfrotto bendy arms clamped to the top of my Manfrotto bag, just in case there's a bit of a breeze that might take this over. That's just going to help keep it a little bit more stable, stop it blowing over in the wind. We wouldn't want to bop Katie on the head with a light stand. So there we go, we're going to crack on, shoot a few pictures and see how we get on with it. So we finished with all the jumping shots now. We've put some smoke through the woods. We've got Katie jumping. She's almost jumped out, I think. So we've now moved on to the headshot portraits. And all I'm doing, we've got this woodland. Just going to use the background. We've got quite a bit of depth here, so I'm going to use the background as a lovely out of focus green. And then I've got two light sources. I've got some speed lights up here in this EasyBox 2 Octa, again with the grid, the same as I was using for the jumping shots. And I'm actually just kind of feathering it off, so I'm not firing it full on to Katie. I just want to kind of feather it off. It means I'm not going to spill any too far through to the background. And the grid's going to help with that as well. It's helping to control that spill. In the background, I'm again using that same umbrella. Really, I could get away with something smaller, but this is just providing quite a nice soft light down Katie's back here. So it's going to pick up her hair, down the back of her shoulder. She's got this lovely kind of auburny, browny hair that really catches the light beautifully when it comes through from behind. So that's just going to help her stand out against the greens of the background. And then you're going to get that lovely kind of golden brown against the green. And then obviously with her tan and that steel blue dress that we were shooting the jump shots in, it's hopefully going to look pretty good. The last piece is this. I have Lastolite tri-grip, and I'm just using it in the bare white. I don't want anything too hard, so I've got the bottle tops. I could stick a silver or a gold on here, but Katie doesn't really need warming with any sunfire or gold, and I don't want the lift to be too strong with the silver. So actually just the straight bare white, although it's normally used as a diffuser, it just lifts a little bit back into the side of the face. One of the great things about the tri-grip is that I can shoot and light with it at the same time. So let me just get my hands set up and we'll start taking some shots, see how they're looking. Okay, Katie, just favour into the light, that's it. Lovely, lovely. Okay, just take yourself a step across actually, just a little bit across, there we go, perfect. Glorious. So you can see I'm just kind of putting this tri-grip over to the right. It's just lifting a little bit of light back in that's coming up off the octabox in the foreground. And then, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, just step back a little bit. Okay. Wonderful. Right, let's have a quick look at these. Here we go. So, you see, although we're quite low lighted here, the light levels are kind of dropping. We're making it look a lot like it's actually quite a sunny day. See? Look at this. Yeah? So we're looking like we've still got quite a lot of light because of this highlight down the hair that's really making us stand out. And we've got that light green in the background. It's looking like a bright sunny day, even though it's gone a little bit flat now and the light's basically behind the trees. And then this is providing really soft light across the face. Now we talk about soft light and hard light. It's all to do with the size of the light source. So if you want to get soft light, you go for a much larger light source. That's why if you go into like a beauty studio, you'll see these massive, massive soft boxes and umbrellas, because bigger light sources means the light just wraps around and it softens off the hard edge of the shadows. And that's very flattering for portraits. Models particularly like being photographed under soft light, don't you, Katie?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Not that Katie needs any help. So I'm just going to shoot a few more. I'm actually going to get my trusty assistant, Steph, to wander in, and she's going to hold the tri-grip for me, simply because I can. There we go. Right, Steph, if you just work your way in nice and close, you're just basically going to pick up this light. I'm actually just going to move this. If you just take a little step back, Katie, I'm just going to drop this down a fraction. There we go. And lovely. Okay. Let's just make sure that everything's on and working. There we go. Yeah, we can see where that light's going to fall. Wonderful. Okay. I'm just going to move in a little bit. Wonderful, wonderful. These are looking lovely. Okay, there we go. How about that?
Lovely.
Shoot some nice tight. This one
Nice.
looks quite nice. There we go. Yep,
Yeah, really good.
looking lovely, aren't they? So, that's how you get really simple portraits. Just a little bit of lighting. You know, light is the basis of all photography. Photography obviously means painting with light, and if you don't have light and you can't control light, your pictures are never going to look that good. So things like these Lastolite, the umbrella and the octabox here and the softbox, the switch and the like, they allow you to modify the light to really get the results that you're looking for, so that you can flatter your subject, you can make dramatic pictures, you know, you can turn day into night if you want to, just by controlling the light properly. And that really is what the Manfrotto and the Lastolite products give me as a photographer.